The next item on the agenda is discussion of RSA 91A issues, requested by Mr. Pearl.
Madam Chair, I would like to discuss what I perceive to be an illegal meeting that took place in this room on Tuesday, November 19th. That meeting was witnessed by Mr. Sullivan, Mr. Hyde, myself, are people that spoke up at that meeting, among others. This board had clearly adjourned with a vote of the board. 3 members and a superintendent started a discussion about meeting plans and other things that I couldn't hear. And twice, people objected and those conversations continued. At one point, a citizen was told to be quiet. And I think we need to address this and decide how we're going to handle this, because unless someone can point out to me why this is not a violation of the law, I think it clearly is.
I have spoken with the school district's attorney regarding that issue. He has reviewed the information. He says we did not conduct an illegal meeting. We were in a public place. The superintendent asked for direction from the school board. There was no ill intent. He was asking for direction from us, and it was not an illegal meeting.
Madam Chair, we've received no such information. We had no opportunity to give our version to the attorney. And clearly, when a meeting is adjourned, the next meeting must be noticed 24 hours prior. And a meeting consists of a quorum of the school board discussing school business, which is clearly what happened here. And on notice of that from the public, instead of saying, oops, like Mr. Sullivan said before, people would forgive you, it became contentious. And I think this board should address this, and if we're going to talk to the attorney about it, then I ask that my position, my way of that this was seen, is also given to the attorney.
Unfortunately, I spoke to the attorney who was not at preferred not to provide a legal opinion in writing, because I did not have a vote of the Hooksett School Board to authorize him to expend Hooksett funds to write said opinion. He told me to state what he said, and if it was the will of this board to put it in writing, he would feel free to put it in writing, but felt he should not put it in writing and expend the taxpayers' money to answer that question.
So, Madam Chair,
and
based
Dr.
on
Littlefield, I did not have an opportunity to speak with Dr. Littlefield to ask him for that.
So, based on that, you
Cheryl,
think...
did you have your hand up? Okay.
Because when things started to transpire that night, I was in the middle of picking up my box to leave. Somebody called my name. I had no idea who it was. I courteously turned around. I had a box. I placed it on this table. I began to listen to what Dr. Littlefield was saying, not engaging the other people. People got angry in the audience and started screaming. That made me very uncomfortable. I picked up my box and began to laugh. I think I might have said maybe 2 words to Dr. Littlefield at that time. It all transpired in less than a minute that I was there. So if an illegal meeting just happened, it happened for less than a minute because I left, and it only left 2 other board members here. So I think that it's a moot point.
So, Madam Chair, with the opinion you got from the lawyer, you're saying that it's okay for a quorum to be in a public place and to get details of an upcoming meeting, which is clearly school business. And that's why I would like to see that opinion, because I find that hard to believe and easy to believe that a lawyer would not want to write that down, because that clearly is not what 91A says.
He didn't say he didn't want to write it down. He said he did not want to expend school district funds on my phone call to him.
Well, Madam Chair, please describe to me how that is a legal meeting.
I don't want to get involved in this either. However, I seem to be the culprit in everything lately, which is interesting. There may be people sitting here who are going, oh my God, why
are we wasting our time on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of us are.
And-
Let's push on to
but-
something else.
But
Ridiculous.
illegal meeting, what sinister things happened there? And I don't want to be interrupted. What sinister things happened at that illegal meeting? Here's the substance of the illegal meeting. There was an abrupt adjournment of the meeting. There was some important information that was shared with the board, new information about our Peterton possibilities. I said, hey, wait a minute, am I still doing the presentation Monday night? Someone then spoke over me, and I said, be quiet. I then said, it's a posted meeting, I just want to know what the agenda is. That was the substance of the discussion. You left, I then turned and talked to the chair with my back like this about what the substance of the agenda would be. Subsequent to that, in a series of sequential emails, this board also asked that same question, constituting a majority of the board debating on what the agenda would be and asking what the agenda would be. So if I made a mortal sin, I throw myself on the mercy of the court of public opinion. If that was a major error, I apologize and I am grievously sorry for asking what the agenda was for the next meeting. I shall never do it again. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Liskar, you had your hand up and I recognized you.
Thank you. Just two things. First thing I want to say, you started talking about you addressed the board, and I want to go on record that I was making my way out as you were gathering the people. When I got to the door, I saw Mr. Denbo and yourself engaging in conversation. The citizen from the floor said, this is an illegal meeting, brought it to your attention. You told him to be quiet in some form or fashion. Right there, I saw this wasn't good. Mr. Pearl, I believe, also said something. He objected, and he said, this is an illegal meeting. That's all I needed to hear. I walked out. So when you say you spoke to the board, I want to be very clear about this. You didn't speak to me. I did not partake in that. I was walking out when you were calling people together, when it was brought to your attention twice, and it continued on between yourself and Mr. Denbo. That's the only people I saw talking. I didn't see Cheryl. I didn't see Tricia. I walked out because I knew it wasn't good. If I've learned anything at all after witnessing what's been going on in our town about RSA 91A, I know as an elected official, we have to be careful about this. So I applaud the dramatics, but I don't believe it belongs at our board. This is the Hooksett School Board. We've got to start, and I'd like not to be interrupted. We've got to start acting professionally here. We've got to start doing things so that the public expects certain behavior out of us. Not drama, not adding words that nobody has said, just sticking to the facts, sticking to our procedures, and moving forward. So, I just want to go on record, I was not part of that meeting. So when you say you talked to the board, you didn't talk to the full board that I heard, but there was a quorum sitting here engaging.
I was the only one seated. Mr. Pearl, you had your hand up?
When, point of order. when I
I'm just
say
stating the
s-
facts, I'll tell him.
When I say seating, I meant
Come on, like seriously.
here with you,
Come on.
within earshot. Are they out of order, Madam Chair? Or do you just select and choose the people you call out of order? Thank you.
Mr. Powell, I'd just like to go on record that I emailed the request for the agenda for the meeting. I did not debate it online. I did not partake in an illegal meeting there or here. And I think that where Dr. Littlefield said it was an illegal meeting and it was of low consequence, so I'm willing to move on.